Game Pan's Esports Arena. We're here today for an Esports Tower Rumble where talented all-star teams of the Esports Tower compete every 2 weeks in standalone Rocket League tournaments. And tonight, it's going to be a bit different. It is week 1 of the fall season. I am Michael Fish Fisher. Joining me to call all of the action is Jacob Gem Mountain Palmer. And Gem, it's something that we maybe have seen a little bit when Boise State gets crazy, but it's new to the Esports Tower. It is actually 2v2s tonight instead of our standard 3v3. What are you expecting from an entirely new format here for our Rumble tonight?
It's interesting seeing 2v2s because it's normally something we only see, you know, if there's a Rule 1 situation. Yep. But 2v2s really opens up the field. It allows for a lot more kind of one-on-one and a lot more of a showcase of individual skill and how well you can dribble it up the field, play, or maybe fake out the other players. It is going to be very exciting to see how well these players do individually in their control of the soccer ball, both on the ground and in the air.
Yeah, and I think this is another time, a chance for a lot of new players at the Esports Tower to really be able to shine, though there are some teams that we are used to seeing that maybe will dominate, only time will tell. But no, I think you're totally right, and that is the one thing I'm going to be super excited to see is that Duos is going to focus on that individual play, and we talk about it all the time, especially in the Esports Tower, that usual third member. How far do they play up? Because we see teams, they get really aggressive, they go all in, all 3 members pushing for the goal, ball just gets launched across the map, and a goal gets scored across field. In 2v2s, that second player, I'm really going to keep my eye on. Are you going to go all in for a goal, or are you going to rely on your teammate to have some more 1v1s? I am very, very curious. If you are new here, you haven't seen the Esports Tower before, it is simple. We'll have the group stage held in the first week, which is this week. Well, the teams will battle it out for seeding. The bracket stage will then be held next week, next Wednesday, same time. Teams will play in a single round-robin group stage. Each series is a best-of-3. And as we said, this Rumble is duos instead of trios. And that is something that I am really interested to see as we do take a look here at the team list. And as I mentioned, Jem, there are some teams that we're quite familiar with seeing, like the Barracudas, who have won a ton of events, the Lynx as well. But we also get some new teams, the Yellow Vipers, the Blue and Red Scorpions. I think we've seen the Blue Wolves here and there. So I'll be curious if in a new format, some of these new teams maybe shine through.
Yeah, the Barracudas are one of those teams that we've had for, seems like, forever in the Esports Tower genre.
Yep.
The Lynx were definitely kind of a really up-and-coming team, doing a great job of improving their skill and really making it so that they could get to the finals and really compete with the others. But this is a completely new format, so maybe some of the more veteran teams are just so used to playing 3v3. We're just going to have to see how the dynamics play out.
Yeah, I would love to see how these players split their time up on the Rocket League ladder. Of course, there's 1v1s, 2v2s, and 3v3s. So, of course, we get into it, though. I just want to remind everyone on Twitch to support your teams, celebrate their successes, be respectful to the other fans, and mods will remove anyone who violates the chat rules. But enough of us talking. Let's see what Doc has to say. It Doc's Keys to the Game, presented by Esports Tower. Scroll pro advice at esportstower.com. In Rocket League 2v2, create mistakes, punish the overcommit, don't overstay. And I think that last one, which in 3v3s, we talk about a little bit, but bump and demo to disrupt. If you can create a 2v1 situation for 3 seconds, that is a fantastic chance to potentially score a goal. It's all brought to you by Esports Tower. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Let's kick things off with our first map of the night. It is going to be the Barracudas and Yellow Vipers. We'll take a quick look at this series that's already taken place. Barracudas maybe the favorite coming in. First time seeing these rosters in a 2v2 event, so be curious to see how they adapt. So the Barracudas we see right there already going to get punished, Jem, for over-aggressing really only 30 seconds into the match.
Yeah, the Yellow Vipers as a team have not been able to practice much as a duo before this event, but they have strong individual skill and can rely on that in a duo event. And there are the demos that we were talking about, Fish. You know, in this 2v2 scenario here, you don't have that extra player to maybe be hanging out around the back post to bail you out as a team once your main defense gets demoed. So seeing how that's all going to rely together and interact with each other is going to be one of the main storylines, I think, tonight. But right now, it looks like the Barracudas are doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, Rev's got a hat trick. Rev and Jay Blank have been grinding a lot in practice and out of practice as well. So we see a great goal, both pushing for higher ranks, trying to hit their peak. And that's the other thing in 2v2s, as you mentioned, you don't have that third teammate for demos. You also don't have that third goalie, because we've seen a lot of cross-map, really midfield shots that you rarely see in 3v3s as time winds down here. And it looks like the Barracudas, new format, same result, as they have a pretty big lead here in this game.
Yeah, so much so that even one of them just kind of wants to take a break and, get some of the sun, I suppose, with the car. As right now, Rev is going to contest right there with the Yellow Vipers, but right now it doesn't even look like they're making much of a show for it right now because they have such a big lead. They're just kind of relaxing, I suppose.
Yeah, 6-2 lead looks like. As we tick down here, that lead was going to hold. The Barracudas do end up winning that series 2-0, and we will see more of them. But so far in this new format, they look dominant as ever. As time officially ticks down. Not one more for the road. Well, let's get into our next one. We'll stick with the Yellow Vipers, taking on the Blue Wolves. Both these teams dropped their first game of the night in round one, but looking to bounce back in this series. Again, place down 2v2 is so much different as we see a fantastic solo goal there from the Yellow Vipers to kick it off.
I'm sure we will see a lot more of those for tonight. Now, the Blue Wolves are being coached by Quez. Now, Quez, standout member for the Esports Tower Clubs, recently transitioned to the coaching staff. So even if we don't see kind of the best performance from the Blue Wolves right now, I'm sure that there is plenty of room for improvement. Right now, the Yellow Vipers are just going to have themselves scored on because those open goals and overcommits can really be punished in this format.
Yeah, and that is the one thing I think these players are really going to have to adjust to. But it seems like the Yellow Vipers look like they've kind of recovered there from that early beatdown they took from the Barracudas. Seems like they are in complete control. We see them with a 4-1 lead. Ball still on that Blue Wolves side. One more chance for a goal. It's going to go in. And so far, a lot of blowouts here. But I think this is a great response by the Yellow Vipers. You kind of faced a really tough matchup with the Barracudas. And to come back and kind of dominate this match and the highlights we're seeing here definitely says that they're going to be a team that feels like they can go a long way in this tournament.
Yeah, sometimes you really don't get the full picture of a team skill when they go up against, the #1 ranked team going with the Barracudas. So seeing this in a different match shows that the Yellow Vipers are definitely going to be a team to want to watch out for throughout the night. And they might still have a good chance to make it into the bracket stage because remember, just one loss in the group stage doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be disqualified from making it into the brackets.
Do see that series ended in a 2-0 as well. Yellow Vipers putting on the goals. We will see more from these teams later on, but it is now time for our first highlight match of the night. And remember, all of these are a best of 3 for our highlight match here. We'll just take a look at one game in the series, full length, between the Red Scorpions and the Lynx. This is kind of a mix of new and old. You mentioned it, Jem, at the start. The Lynx have been an up-and-coming team. They've been a team that we've been expecting big things from. They have delivered, haven't quite been able to win a title, but they've gotten close. Meanwhile, the Red Scorpions, a new team. As we see the Lynx here in blue off the kickoff. Ball gets pushed over to the blue side. Red Scorpions trying to set up a goal. Great opportunity here, but Drow looks like he's just going to push that one away. You can see the Red Scorpions being very careful, not trying to over-pursue as they miss an open shot.
Right now, just a bit of a shot dressed toward the left post there isn't going to score. As the Lynx look to get their clear, we're going to be successful in that, and now they keep pushing out. Now Crazy Cat hanging back on the field, making sure not to overcommit. Tries to take it away. They're off the crossbar again, but the follow-up is going to find its way through, and the Red Scorpions, they might be a new team, but they are showing a lot of promise so far.
Yeah, they've had a lot of dominating side control early on. Oh, a huge mistake on the kickoff. A big demo from Cran as well. It ends up being in the possession of the Lynx. They nearly punished the Red Scorpions for kind of a crazy series there. Looks like Gabba's going to be able to clear that towards midfield. Lynx keep it on that orange side. Cran can't quite bully them out of the way as Crazy Cat can't get to the ball either. There is Drow. Finally takes a long shot down. We're seeing a lot of this solo play so far. Looking for the bump, not able to find it, and it looks like the Lynx just got to retreat.
And now a bit of air dribbling from the Red Scorpions is just going to push it off to the side. Now the Lynx are going to be doing some dribbling of their own with a pop off the roof. Can he play it around? No, it is going to be saved there by GA Baby, also known as Raven, believe, new member to the Esports in the Esports Tower. And Crayon has been here for some time, but it has completed in numerous rumbles. So a good mix of kind of old and new.
Ooh, speaking of that, we get a tie game here. The Lynx able to sneak that one in. I believe that was Crazy Cat, who has seen some of the most growth of Esports Tower players recently, really stepping up his game. He's been promoted. He's a new promotion from Division 2, so always love to see some fresh talent in and getting a great goal there. But Cran, the old veteran here with a great play there. Drow does steal it away off the back wall. GA Baby able to clear that one all the way down to the orange side. This ball just going back and forth in this 2v2 style that we have not seen before in the Esports Tower. Drow dribbling upfield. Looks like Crazy Cat's going for the bump onto the goalie. Ends up pushing him right in front of the ball. Just an unfortunate set of circumstances there for the Lynx.
Crazy Cat is going to stop that clear from going through. Now Drow with the follow-up is going to meet Crayon right in the air there. Isn't going to find a goal. Now Clear looking forward from the Red Scorpions here. Going to try to dribble it, play it around Drow, but it gets saved. Now Crayon on the side of the Red Scorpions was pushing for Division 1 for some time. His performance this week leading up to the Rumble has been stellar, so we'll see that overall goal can be achieved in the upcoming weeks.
Crayon's got the ball right now, looking for a goal, but Drow turns it away. GA Baby with a great pass. Once again turned away by Drow, but the Red Scorpions with a ton of side control. 2:20 left. Drow forced to clear it away once again. Here's Crayon, centers it up for a teammate, but nobody's home. Great job by GA Baby playing that one safe.
Now in the middle of the field. Oh, look at the play from Drow there, stealing it away from the Red Scorpions. Now Crazy Cat is going to be looking to block that clear. Now moves up the field, trying to play it around. Drow with the follow-up, but is going to be stopped by Crayon there. And a big clear from GA Baby is going to be working out there. Now here comes Drow up the wall, is going to try to air dribble it up the side of the field, setting it up for Crazy Cat. Gets disrupted a little by the Red Scorpions, but that's going to be enough for them to get another clear.
Crazy Cat trying to dribble the ball away from the Red Scorpions. Almost under 90 seconds here in this game. So far, very close between these two teams as Crayon plays it off the wall to himself. Going to pass the ball over to GA Baby, but Drow is right there, intercepts it. Red Scorpions have been playing so safe. They don't want anything scored on them as Crayon and GA Baby both retreat in time, and I like this defensive play style from them so far.
Yeah, but overall, I don't know if they really want to drive it to a situation where they're in overtime. Normally a more defensive play style, maybe if you're 2 goals ahead, but right now it has been all the Lynx just trying to get these shots on goal here. Not going to find it there, and Drow has to stop that clear from going through. A great angle from him right there. Crazy Cat is going to get played around by GA Baby here. Now it's going to go up the field, steal the corner boost, setting it up for Crayon, who's waiting right in front of the goal. Drow deflects it off to the right. Still no goal for either team.
Final 30 seconds almost here. Crazy Cat, great center. Drow, oh, a huge save by GA Baby. Now he's in a one-on-one versus Crazy Cat, gets demoed. And luckily Drow was able to catch up in time, but nearly the Lynx put one in here. We'll see if they can do it again. Once again, a great setup. Drow trying to look for a goal. Just not able to find the back of the net. Now he's got to play defense. Crayon racing through. Centered it up to Crayon, and he blasts it home with 12 seconds.
Well, now the defensive play style of the Red Scorpions can really shine through, but right now we're going to have to see how this kickoff goes. Now, you saw Crayon there waiting back in the corner, not only to pick up boosts, but also just to see how that kickoff went. And now that he was able to get control of that and the demo onto the Lynx, the Red Scorpions. A new team, but one to definitely watch out for.
Did you see those stats at the end of the game, Jim? Drove had 10 shots, which is crazy, and GA Baby had 7 saves. That is wild. Those are numbers you usually do not see. Speaking of Crayon, he had a great series against the Scorpions. Drove and Crazy Cat also played incredibly aggressive for the Lynx, but that was a very interesting style, and you pointed out it felt like, the Red Scorpions were like, okay, we can't be over-aggressive. It feels like a style you could play when you're up 2-0, not when it was a 1-1 game, because they almost lost that. I mean, they got outshot. They just had some great defense.
Yeah, it really was a situation where I'm a bit curious if in the other games that we didn't see, if the stats were kind of the same, and it really is kind of some stellar defense that really was able to get the Red Scorpions the victory.
Well, let's hop into our second highlight game of this round. It will be the Barracudas, who so far have looked very strong, going up against the Blue Scorpions, so another bit of mix of old and new. Barracudas look dominant in their round 1 match. Blue Scorpions being coached by Jockstrad, who's been around for a while, one of the newest Esports Tower coaches. We are very going to be interested to see how they perform tonight, as right off the bat, it is already Rev and company for the Barracudas. In on that back line, there is Jay Blank, but that shot does get turned away, and the Barracudas will go retreating.
Now Zella is going to push it to the orange side of the field. Barracuda's looking to defend here. Clear is stopped right there by the Blue Scorpions. Now here comes Jay Blank. He's going to try to pass it over to his teammate, pick up the corner boost, and now go for the clear.
see Rev and Jay Blank dribble it down. Zella with a huge steal. Oh, the ball takes a terrible hop. Instead of bouncing back to Zella, it waterfalls up in the air. Voodoo now trying to get a pass over to Zella, not only his teammate, but close friends. Voodoo finally decided to make the plunge into Esports Tower. This is his first Rumble, looking to stand out, and so far, Zella and Voodoo kind of holding the Barracudas scoreless, but as I say it, I'm sorry, I cursed you there. Rev from midfield makes it 1-0 Barracudas.
And Rev and J-Blank from the Barracudas look to be meshing well with each other in this 2v2 environment and came out of the gate fast in their first game so far.
Looking to get another one here. Oh, huge save by Zella. The Blue Scorpions need some offense. So far, another defensive foul coming out for a Scorpions team. This one not working out as well as Rev's going to pop it up in the air. Once the waterfall down, he's just a little bit too far behind it. Zella able to barely clear that one away, but that is a lot of shots going on that Blue Scorpions goal.
Voodoo looking for a clear, does clear it at an angle, which is nice, and now it is going to head back over to the Barracudas goal. Here comes Voodoo, though, trying to set it up for Zella with the shot, but the ball just goes right into the air instead of towards the goal. Unfortunate situation there for the Blue Scorpions.
Oh, there's that demo. It was under Rev, though, so it's going to be a 1v2 for Jay Blank. He does steal that back boost away for the Blue Scorpions. Zella takes the shot. It's not enough speed on that one, so Rev's able to get back there in time. Another great chance here for the Blue Scorpions. Voodoo trying to get a shot on the net. And now Zella and Voodoo have to retreat. Ball takes actually an awkward hop off the hood of Voodoo, and a couple of double commits coming out here for the Blue Scorpions, and that's going to leave a wide open net. But Jay Blank misses on it. Oh no! But the Blue Scorpions can't punish on what would have been a huge turnaround.
Oh, and look at this shot on goal here for the Barracudas, just shy of the goal. Wow, they got to be wondering how that didn't score for them.
Voodoo with the spectacular defense going to be called on here once again. Rev get tricky with it, sets it up for Jay Blank. Not much Voodoo could do. 2-0 here for the Barracudas, but right now the Blue Scorpions, they played that first half about as well as you can against the best team in the Esports Tower. And 2-0 is not a scoreline to be too upset about, and there's a lot of chances here in these final 2 minutes.
Well, especially with the Barracudas being such a good team that they are, they actually have been focusing on improving their decision. Oh! Stop my train of thought right there. That's going to be a goal from Voodoo. And welcome to Esports Tower, I suppose.
Oh! Rev fell asleep on the kickoff. Oh, it just wasn't fast enough. Rev didn't get there in time. Voodoo's been playing really well, Jim, I will say, for his first ever Esports Tower. Now Zella dribbling it upfield. Jay Blank, though, makes a great save, and Blue Scorpions got to make sure they don't go too aggressive right now and give up a goal.
Well, Rev is going to elevate it up, try to set it up. He actually demos one of the Blue Scorpions, but can't set the ball up. Actually, here comes Jay Blank with the follow-up just off to the right post. Rev follows up and in the corner. And the Barracudas have really been focusing on improving their decision-making in threes, and playing twos is a great practice for that, as you have to move quick and make individual plays. But a bit of team play like we saw just there doesn't hurt either.
No, and I think the Barracudas better be practicing, because I've heard rumors that when we get back to 3v3, there's some big talent coming their way that wants to knock them off. So they better be practicing, because they are not going to be the top dog for long, potentially coming up in a few weeks. But right now, doing pretty well against the Blue Scorpions. But honestly, I'm very impressed so far with the Blue Scorpions, especially Voodoo, who has a great steal on Rev there. Zella not able to quite stop Jay Blank from clearing it. Rev now taking possession, under a minute left here in the Blue Scorpions. I would be shocked if they don't get a bit aggressive, maybe allow a couple goals, because they need to tie this one up.
Ooh, right off the crossbar there. Almost perfectly aimed, but not quite good enough for the Barracudas. Right now, Voodoo is going to be going toward the goal, and Zella was just caught up in a bit of disruption there. That's going to allow the Barracudas here to get a bit of time, plays it right past Voodoo. Zella has to stop that clear now, elevates up to push it toward the crossbar, but it's not going to find a goal. Now Jay Blank and Rev are going to be heading up the field there, and just a nice little flick over the rest of the team. That's the fourth goal.
Just a great solo effort there. I believe that was by Jay Blank. You see the love being shared. 2-2 Voodoo, though, on the kickoff. Second goal Couple more of those, and we might have ourselves some overtime here. We'll see if he can make a miracle happen. No. But a great job there by Voodoo. Zella looking maybe make a crazy play here. Under 10 seconds. If Voodoo can get to this ball, oh, they would have had a chance on a kickoff. It looks like Rev and J Blank might even add one more to their total. Who's going to get the hat trick? It'll be Rev. We see there Barracudas won the other game as well. They'll end up claiming a 2-0 series lead, but honestly, very impressive effort for the Blue Scorpions. The final score not indicative of how close this game actually was.
And there you go. Barracudas looked really strong in the first 2 series of the group stage and took that series in quite dominant fashion.
Well, you know, Jem, it's a little different because going at it alone works in twos, but ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We just talked about with the Barracudas. They're working on their twos to get better in threes, which is the primary mode in Rocket League. This team has gotten insanely good over the summer. I cannot wait for future events. Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I want to give a shout out to Coach Jake and all the coaches. If you're watching and you haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs, that you should. It is the fast track to rank up. Overall, a great set of games, and now we will get to our premier match from round 1, and we will stick with the Blue Scorpions, and they'll go up against their brother, cousin, twin, the Red Scorpions, however you want to phrase it. Scorpion on Scorpions here, and I'll be honest, Jem, it is their first Rumble, so maybe the lights will get a little bright. We know we talked about the Red Scorpions. They do have Cran, who's been here for a while, but I thought Zella and Voodoo were very impressive in that match against the Barracudas, and maybe even the favorites for me personally going into this next match because of how well they played against the Barracudas in particular.
Well, if they're friends in real life, then they're already pretty used to, you know, doing 2v2.
Yep.
So I'm really not surprised, even though Voodoo is a new addition. It's kind of just that casual play off to the side of Esports Tower. I think you can really see that they meld well together as teammates. And I have to agree with you, Fish. I would say the advantage probably lies for them in this premier match.
Let's get into our first premier match of the night. Remember, best of 3, so potentially 3 matches here between the Red Scorpions and the Blue Scorpions in our round 1 match. Red Scorpions did look strong in their series against the Lynx. The game we saw, they had a very defensive approach, which led to a lot of shots on goal, while the Blue Scorpions struggled a bit against the Barracudas in the end, but I think overall for a first-time team, played very, very well. Let's see who's going to take this one home and wrap up round 1 with the W. This is Voodoo looking to dribble this one up, gets the ball stolen away. Cran has GA Baby to the left. Zella's got to make a play. Who's he going to pick? Doesn't matter. That pass just a little bit too far in front.
Blue Scorpions now looking for a clear here, unable to find it quite yet. GA Baby is going to try to set it up for Crayon, gets stolen away there by Voodoo toward the open goal. The Red Scorpions there at just enough boost to corral that away, and now going to push it back toward Blue Scorpions' goal. Voodoo pushes it over to the corner. GA Baby trying to center it for Crayon there. It's just going to go in by itself.
It's a little bit of an assist there from the Blue Scorpions. That is the one thing they did struggle with a little bit against the Barracudas. A lot of double commits, which are very punishing in 2v2s because that's everyone committing and off the kickoff. What an angle. That ball just bounces off the roof. GA Baby gets a second, and we talked a lot about Voodoo, who's new. GA Baby also new to the Esports Tower Rumble. Very impressive so far, especially with 2 goals in the first 45 seconds of this match.
Zella at least puts it to mid-corner, but GA Baby is going to stop that. Now Voodoo taking control of the ball. Zella rotates back to pick up some boost. They do have a bit of side control now. Can they center it up, or can one of them just do some solo play? Here comes Crayon dribbling it up the field. Pass over to GA Baby just off and to the right of the goal. And a demo now onto the Blue Scorpions, and Voodoo coming in their clutch.
Great pinch to launch that ball all the way out, releasing that pressure from that demo. Zella now has respawn, steals it in midair, needs one more off the back wall. Voodoo's going to help out his friend and teammate. Voodoo playing well, has us in a 2-1 game here in game number 1. Coming to the kickoff, got to be careful. Oh, that was a great touch by Zella. Oh, communication error there for the Blue Scorpions. I think they wanted the pass, do end up clearing it down, but they're not really able to create much off of a kickoff.
Now in mid-air, in come the Blue Scorpions, looking to clear it back, get back that side control. But one of their members actually was preoccupied. Actually, I think that was a bit of disruption from the Red Scorpions.
Yeah, I saw that. I couldn't tell if they were, as you mentioned, if they were going for the demo, or if that was actually the Red Scorpions who got a bump or a demo. But uh-oh, another wide open goal hits off the crossbar. Cran didn't have any boost though, so he wasn't able to follow it up. Red Scorpions looking to add to that lead. GA Baby and Cran looking strong so far. Been working on their shot creation and creating their own opportunities, and that's been showing so far in this game. Is now the Blue Scorpions with a slight chance, but Voodoo shot off target, and GA Baby able to clear it away.
Whoa, with that pass over to GA Baby, another shot on goal there, just a bit off and to the right. Now Voodoo pushing it, a bit of bumping and disrupting there, but in comes Zella here, is going to try to center it up for Voodoo, but I think it was GA Baby there who is not making it an easy time there. Actually is going to get another demo onto the Blue Scorpions. Zella respawns now, has to immediately go back into the goal to play some defense, is able to stop that shot on goal, and now maybe can find some time to pick up some boost.
It's a lot more aggressive Red Scorpions team than we saw against the Lynx. As GA Baby looking for the center, going to retreat. Here comes Cran, but a great challenge by Zella. Stops that shot in midair. You can see Cran out of boost, so he's not going to be able to have much to work with. As we see, oh, a great steal near midfield. Ball will just roll in. I think that was Voodoo. It's hard to tell with Zella and Voodoo using the exact same card, the Stocktain with the same color. Not sure who scored it, but either way, it's a 3-2 game here with the final 2 minutes upon us here in game one.
Was looking to set that up for Voodoo, but Red Scorpions were a bit too fast for the Blue Scorpions there. Now Zella clearing it up the side, picks up the side boost, now needs to play around Crayon here. He's going to make the pass for the goal. Voodoo misses though and has to rotate back quickly to prevent that open goal from being scored.
GA Baby with a great attempt there near midfield. Cran for the follow-up. GA Baby and Cran, oh, they almost ran into each other. Luckily, GA Baby barely dodged. Fourth goal of the match, absolutely popping off. Stole that one from Cran in a sense, but still. Red Scorpions behind GA Baby with a nice comfortable 2-goal lead here as we tick down under a minute 20 on the clock. Now it's Cran, or GA Baby's turn once again. Cran, got the big demo, but I don't know if GA Baby was ready for that. Cran still running some disruption, allowing GA Baby to really pop off with their 5th goal of the match.
Well, here comes the kickoff. Crayon was just not even going to contest with that ball, just kind of waited for it to kick off, and I actually think we might have a little bit of a pause here. I'm not sure. I did see the alert for the ping right there, but I'm not sure what kind of the rules state. Normally the rules state that once the first goal is scored, then the whole thing is official, so we'll just have to wait to see what happens here.
Yeah, you can see everybody. Now it looks like we're back. As I say, everybody but Voodoo wasn't moving. And I think Zella might have disconnected on that last goal, so my assumption is that's why GA Baby kind of scored on himself to give one back. I do think I have noticed the Blue Scorpions have had some connection issues. I thought I saw that in the Barracudas game, so something to keep an eye on. And as you said, Jem, usually the rules are once a goal is scored, the match is counted as official. But great sportsmanship there by the Red Scorpions to give the Blue Scorpions a chance. Is GA Baby and Cran going to start near midfield, take a shot, but it's just wide of the net.
And another one for the Red Scorpions, all but assuring them the victory. GA Baby with 5 goals. My goodness, and 7 shots on goal as well.
I want him to get the double hat trick, but Blue Scorpions have some other ideas as GA Baby denies that one. Final 5 seconds here. Maybe some momentum to build going into our second game of this series. As I said, they're all best of 3s. Overall, I thought not a bad series. I mean, it looks like maybe you and I, cast or curse. Maybe we were just a little bit mistaken by how defensive the Red Scorpions played. Because GA Baby in particular absolutely popped off in that game, Jem.
Yeah, a very interesting scenario in terms of just overall skill, and really that's the whole thing about 2v2 is that individual skill, and those solo plays really have much more of a chance to shine through. And I was actually thinking during that match earlier, we talk about a double commit, but really a double commit in this scenario is a whole team commit. So.
Yeah. It's like a tape commit. You basically, it's so hard because, I mean, we see it all the time, even at high-level play. It's like you both go for the ball. Yeah, you double commit. You're going to take yourself basically out of the game and for those brief moments. So let's hop into game 2, see if the Blue Scorpions can turn this one around. Like I said, there are some bright spots there. just not quite able to stop, especially GA Baby, from absolutely popping off. So that is going to be something we want to keep our eye on. Also, potentially, we saw Zella disconnect. Hopefully, they're able to have a stable connection for these whole 5 minutes as they come flying in off the kickoff. And I got excited for nothing. That ball was just way too slow.
Now the clear is going to be worked on from the Blue Scorpions. GA Baby, a nice center up, setting it up for Crayon, but Zella with the save there, and now the counterattack toward the goal. GA Baby with another save there. Now here we go again to the other side of the field, right next to the goal off to the right, but no goal scored for the first 30 seconds. A bit of a bump there from both teams there as we look for the mid-air dribble off to the right. Still no goal being scored.
Ooh, Voodoo almost sneaks that one past Cran. You see Zella there able to retreat, get that full boost. Seen a lot of players at low boost levels in this match. Great job of kind of boost starving by both sides as we see pass from Voodoo to Zella, not able to be completed. GA Baby looking for another goal. Had 5 of them in game 1, gets turned away though. And Cran's just gonna wait to see what Zella wants to do with this ball. Ends up stealing it away, but Voodoo's right there to stop it.
Voodoo trying to push it back over to Zella here, who's able to pick up that corner boost. Said gonna go back to Voodoo, who has to defend there in a great demo, but it is going to be GA Baby still being clutch for the Red Scorpions.
Unfortunately, they got the demo, but they did get the ball. Oh, Zella with a great kickoff there. These little side swipes on the kickoff have been money. Now they just need to score. Great flip reset there. But Voodoo's shot going to be blocked by GA Baby. Now Zella's got to retreat in a hurry. Does not have a lot of boost, but we will refuel in that back corner. Ooh, double commit there, but luckily it was enough to get that ball away from the net so they can't be punished.
Another demo for the Blue Scorpions. That's really been the advantage that the Red Scorpions have had. They have been able to demo much more effectively and not really sacrifice field positioning from that.
They have done a great job as Cran, with a fantastic shot, gets turned away, but GA Baby not even going to let the ball roll to the orange side. Plays it off the back wall. Oh, Voodoo almost scores on himself. Cran will take the assist with the dunk down. Took him a little bit longer, and Cran puts one on the board. It's a 2-0 lead for the Red Scorpions.
Now the next kickoff way in the favor of the Red Scorpions. They actually do manage to steal the Blue Scorpions boost as well. So here comes Crayon stopping that clear, trying to center up for GA Baby. Just a little pop there, but it is not going to actually work for a goal, and instead a goal almost gets scored on the Red Scorpions here. And there goes Zella there picking up some boost. Voodoo is going to hang back there to play some defense, push the ball back over to the corner, and here's the next clear attempt from the Blue Scorpions.
I mean, something I've just noticed is the Red Scorpions have great control over their own backfield in a 2v2 setting, and they really have just kind of locked the Blue Scorpions out of scoring at all here in this game, too. Really not a lot of attempts either. Zella's going to go racing down, has a shot. Cran, though, gets there in time, pushes it off the back wall. Ooh, double commit comes out. This is a scary spot to be if you're the Blue Scorpions, but GA Baby can't take a shot. He looks to pass it over to Cran, who's going to dribble it up. Wide open net! Blue Scorpions, I think both were going for boost, and they left their net wide open.
So 2 minutes to make 3 goals. Well, if Voodoo had scored there, it would have been a much easier task, but here we go. Gonna try again. Now, with the time ticking down, 1:30 would probably be the last chance that I would really give the Blue Scorpions to maybe stage. Whoa, what a great save there by GA Baby. Just that player, I just have to say, not to discount Crayon, but GA Baby really seems to be amazing in terms of getting saves.
Yeah, fantastic. GA Baby, like we said, one of the new players in the Esports Tower alongside Voodoo in this match. Both have been playing very well, but I agree with you. GA Baby has stolen the spotlight with a great pass there to Cran. Bumps the goalie out of the way. Zella can't get back in time, and the Red Scorpions look to start to wrap this one up, now only a minute away from wrapping up a 2-0 sweep here against the Blue Scorpions. We'll see what they can do here. In 2v2s, though, Jeb, I agree with you, the 30 seconds per goal, but I feel like we've seen a lot of maybe quick turnarounds since it is 2v2 and you're missing that third member. So maybe 4 goals in a minute is possible, maybe.
Well, nothing really from the Blue Scorpions there. Now GA Baby looking for the 5th goal. Oh, just off to the right, but some great mid-air dribbling there. Now Zella trying to make some sort of clear happen, but Voodoo is just not quick enough for GA Baby there. Trying once again, but it really seems they can't clear past the midfield, and they get scored on again.
GA Baby, this time sharing the love. You see Crane's got 3, GA Baby has 2 goals, but really a dominant performance here by the Red Scorpions. 5-0 lead, 30 seconds. Feels like this win is all but assured, but you never know. Crazy things can happen in Rocket League, and if the Blue Scorpions get 1 goal, that can snowball because they've had a lot of fantastic kickoffs, including, I think, a few kickoff goals against the Barracudas in the match we just saw. That one's going to be turned away once again. The Red Scorpions looking to pitch a shutout. 10 seconds left. And we'll now just see if either team wants to add a final goal here. And it does look like that's going to get done, and so the Red Scorpions should come out here victorious once our ball does touch the ground.
And there you go. Great victory for the Red Scorpions.
Well, like we talked about, Jem, going at it alone can only get you so far. If you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We kind of saw that with the Red Scorpions in particular. I thought they had a bunch of great passes. I know GA Baby was on the receiving end of a ton of goals in that first game especially, but there's a ton of great setups from Crayon, not only passes, but demos or bumps on the goalie. This team looking very, very improved just from the last game we saw them. Cannot wait to see what they do in the rest of this Rumble. Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I want to give a shout out to all the coaches. And if you're watching and you haven't checked out Esports Tower Clubs, you should. It is the fast track to rank up. I know we talked a lot about the Red Scorpions. I do want to say for the Blue Scorpions that Zella recently hit champ rank, wanted to refine his skills with the ET coaching staff. Teaming up with his friend Broken helps them practice a lot more, stood out a lot early in this group stage, had some big individual plays. And like I said, the Blue Scorpions, they played some good games. I don't think the score lines were really indicative of how close that was because the Red Scorpions locked everything down. And so far, we're about halfway through this Rumble, Gem. I mean, what are your early thoughts on just the differences in this 2v2 format? Because it feels a lot faster and a lot more punishing.
Yeah, a lot more punishing. Yeah, I think that the communication between both of the team members has to be on point because you really can't afford to make those double commits. You can't afford to rotate up too far, and you really have to be a bit more judicious on when you score those demos, because as we saw, Blue Scorpions got a great demo there, but they just put them out of position and they got scored on yet again by the Red Scorpions.
Well, like I said, we are halfway through, so we will take a break. Don't go anywhere. We've got more 2v2 action coming up, including a look at the team we just saw, Red Scorpions and Blue Wolves. Take a look at their some of their highlights coming up after this break. Don't go anywhere. We've got more 2v2 Rocket League coming up.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble, broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. It's a new format this week, kicking off our fall season with a new look. 2v2s just for this week and next week, and then I think we'll go back to our normal 3-on-3s. But honestly, this has been refreshing. It has been a ton of fun. Fish and Gem here calling all of the action. It's been a chance for some new faces to shine, but even with this new format, the question still remains, can anyone knock off the Barracudas, Gem? Because we saw them in a little bit. We've seen some teams that maybe could challenge them, but overall, feels like the Barracudas still as dominant as ever.
They certainly did a good job in their highlight matches, but we really haven't seen too much from their side of the bracket, so I'm hoping that one of these premier matches or just highlight matches can show us a little bit more about how the Barracudas perform, because certainly there are some new teams, especially the Red Scorpions, that are really giving them a run for their money.
Yeah, the Lynx as well, who we've only seen briefly, but they are another one of those teams who has been here for a while. They were getting better and better. I'd love to see them as well. But before we get into our next round, we do want to take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and been offered scholarships across the country. You can see the dollar amounts there on your screen. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $1.2 million in scholarships awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but they have worked hard academically as well and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities these players are getting. I know one of the, I believe the Overwatch players is actually at Boise State, and there are a couple of names that I've heard of in some of these rumbles that Boise State has reached out to and said, hey, you thinking about collegiate athletics at the video game side and the esports side of things? What do you think about Boise State? And there's some pretty big name players as well. So definitely a huge congratulations to all the players that received that scholarship money, and I think that number's only going to grow and grow, Gem, because honestly, there are a lot of talented players, and it feels like the guys who every week in either Valorant or Rocket League, we're just like, how are you this good? They're only like sophomores in high school. They're going to get even better, which is absolutely insane to me.
Yeah, the total amount in scholarships, it's over $12,100 bills. I know they exist. I've never seen one, but 12,000 is certainly impressive in terms of scholarships.
Yeah, that is absolutely wild. Here, let's look at the teams that are going here in tonight. Like I said, it's a different format. It is 2v2s this week. Everything else is the same. Best of threes. This is the group stage to determine seeding for the bracket stage. And we mentioned we've got the old guard of the Barracudas, of the Lynx. We've also got some new teams. Red Scorpions looking very, very strong. Blue Scorpions have been impressive despite 2 losses. It has come against very good teams. Haven't seen too much of the Yellow Vipers or the Blue Wolves. Would love to see a bit more of them in our second round. But, of course, before we get to all of that, we do need to go over to Doc's Keys to the Game because it's a new format. So I just want to refresh the people on exactly how they need to tackle it because it is 2v2. Create mistakes, punish the overcommit, do not overstay. And the Red Scorpions, they ran this last bullet point to a T. Bump and demo to disrupt. It's only a 2-on-2. You get a demo, you're a 2-on-1 for 3 seconds, and that is absolutely game-breaking. Doc's Keys presented by Esports Tower. Scroll pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You can match with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from our round 2 action. Kicking things off with a team we just saw, Red Scorpions and Blue Wolves. Scorpions right now doing a very good job of looking strong after that last series. Red Scorpions, maybe one of the favorites to come out either on top or right behind the Barracudas, but they're going to score first, and who else? It's GA Baby once again.
I gotta say, that's also a very impressive ping rate there. Normally it's like in the 30s or 40s. 12 means you're pretty dialed in.
You're like playing in the server room, I'm pretty sure at that point. I don't even know how you get 12 ping in anything.
That's no wonder GA Baby's so good then.
Look at this score line. 6-0. GA Baby, I think that one got stolen by Cran. I kind of want to give that one to GA Baby. 4 goals for him, 2 for Cran. And this Red Scorpions team, you said it when we came back, Jem. I want to see them play the Barracudas. I hope we get to check that match out because they are dominating everybody else, and if they ran into the Barracudas, that would be a very fun series. The Blue Wolves having a bit of issues here, but unfortunately when you run into a team that really is kind of clicking on all cylinders as the Red Scorpions, and in 2v2s, doesn't feel like there's a whole lot you can do. See, there's the demo, and the ball just rolls in.
And really, you only have one chance at trying to get some sort of defense there. You don't have someone else to bail you out, just kind of being the backup defense, if you will. So one well-placed demo, and it is all over, and double digits, in fact, for the Red Scorpions. And they're basically halfway through the game. Have you ever what's the highest score you've ever seen, Fish?
I think 12 is what I've 12 feels like the highest I've seen in an Esports Tower game. I think maybe Boise State put up 13 once. But it's that 12-13 range. It does look like rest of the clock kind of got bled out there. They ended up only winning 10-0. But yeah, that is crazy. They were on pace for 20 goals at one point. Yeah. Not in a series, in a game. That is crazy. Like I said, I hope we see the Red Scorpions take on the Barracudas. But speaking of Scorpions, we're going to take a look at our highlight match here. The next one coming from the Yellow Vipers, who we haven't seen too much of, and a team we've seen actually quite a bit of, the Blue Scorpions. And I really want to see how the Blue Scorpions respond here, Jem, because they've looked really well, really good, I should say. They haven't got a win because it's going against the Barracudas, who feel like they're going to be the #1 team, or the Red Scorpions, who are going to be the #1 team. Against the Yellow Vipers, I'd love to see how the Blue Scorpions do in this match. We'll take a look at one of their games here.
Yeah, it really seems like we're selling both teams short in terms of their individual skill because they've gone up against the best top-ranked teams so far.
Exactly.
So giving one of them at least one in the win column, that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, both looking for their first win of the night here, but as you said, they both played. I think they both played the Barracudas, and right off the bat, it's the Blue Scorpions. It is Voodoo. We talked a lot about GA Baby, Voodoo's first ever Rumble. He has been impressive, to say the least, and he's got his team on the board first.
Now there goes Voodoo getting a clear there. It's going to be stopped midfield, heads all the way back to the Blue Scorpions' goal. Zella just going to very barely tap it there. And here comes Voodoo just charging up the field. Here comes the center for Zella. Can they score on it? He's just going to score himself. Sure.
And, you know, I want to see more. No, wait, Voodoo got that.
Yeah.
I thought that was Zella. I was about ready to hype Zella up, but no, Voodoo's just impressive. Absolutely crazy to come in your first Rumble and dominate the way Voodoo has. The lights don't phase him. And I do think it helps that you have Zella, who, you know, kind of invited Voodoo in, got Voodoo to finally participate. This is Voodoo's first Rumble, like we've been saying. I feel like having a teammate and a friend that you probably play a lot with, Jem, is very impressive. As Voodoo, he's looking for the hat trick, but he does get stopped there.
Well, it's interesting that you brought up practicing because the Yellow Vipers, unlike the Blue Scorpions, they really didn't have a lot of time to practice together leading up into this event. But both are very skilled players, and I'm looking for some good plays to happen.
Yeah, if they're used to 3-on-3, I feel like 2v2s would take a while to get into because you're used to having that extra teammate. Looks like Tensible Tal and Pulse Impact both going to kind of double commit on that one. Pulse Impact does retreat towards the net. Voodoo with a great stop near midfield. Now the Yellow Vipers looking to dribble it up. Still plenty of time to tie this game up. Over 3.5 minutes on the clock, but there is Voodoo, who's been all over the place. Oh, scary spot here. Pulse Impact tries to get it to Tensible Tal, but not quite able to.
The Blue Scorpions, their coach Jockstraw told us that Zella has been working on possessing the ball from defense to offense and that transition and in-game. So definitely with the lead that they have, you can tell that they've definitely been practicing a lot in that regard. But here come the Yellow Vipers, just going to try to set it up there. Unfortunately, the ball just kind of dies there on the left post there. So now here comes Voodoo. He's going to be getting a nice clear along with Zella. And oh, I thought that was going to be another goal.
Yeah, I did not think, I think Pulse Impact was the one who kind of came out of nowhere and made that save. So the Blue Scorpions, they have had some issues, it feels like, with double commits. Probably could have spread out a bit more, maybe had a follow-up attempt on that goal as Pulse Impact at that midfield stripe denies an opportunity for a third goal here. Voodoo trying to get to that ball, does get stolen away, but he'll get that midfield boost. Pulse Impact puts the Yellow Vipers on the board, and 2.5 minutes left, and then we're just in a 1-goal game.
Well, Zella's going to get the better of that initial kickoff there. He's now going to try to elevate up, set it up for a goal. Voodoo's waiting there, but just whiffs at the most inopportune moment.
Oh, this is a wide open goal. Never mind, Zella and Voodoo able to get back in time.
It's one thing that you're not quite sure of in a 2v2 is there going to be rotating back. There's a lot more of those seconds of being unsure if the goal's actually open or not.
100% agree. This goal is wide open. Zella, can you get the finish? Oh, double crossbar. And they'll have to retreat as Pulse Impact and Tensible Towel going to dribble this one up. Looking to tie this series, tie this game up, but a huge defensive play there from the Blue Scorpions keeps us in a 2-1 game.
Demo on to Zella is going to stop them right in their tracks. I'm surprised that... Oh, right. They were going the other direction. Excuse me there. There goes another demo. An opportunity here for the Yellow Vipers. They're going to try to score, and they do it. It just rolls in. I think it was Voodoo. Once Voodoo had committed, there was no one else.
Yeah, Voodoo had actually just respawned off the demo, so he was probably panicking, just trying to race over. Didn't have a great angle. And Tensible Town nearly gives the Yellow Vipers the lead in a game they've been trailing most of the time. Zella and company looking to turn this one around. Here's Voodoo. Shot turned away, though. He was looking for the hat trick. And now we've got just 60 seconds left in this game. Who's going to come out on top? Yellow Vipers with a chance, but a huge demo this time from the Blue Scorpions. Shuts down that attack.
As you can look in the readout here, this is actually round 3 of the overall match that we're highlighting here. That means these two teams are very evenly matched and are certainly making it competitive.
Ooh, almost an opportunity there. Voodoo's going to be the one who hits it down into the corner. Gets it popped up. Oh, they nearly double commit there. That takes Voodoo out of the play. It's a bad offensive possession here for the Blue Scorpions. They got to reset quickly here. And, oh, the Yellow Vipers take themselves out of the play quite literally there as they bump into each other.
Now Zella is looking to get the clear there, is able to play it around 1. Now there's just 1 left. Zella elevates up again, just barely plays it around, off to the side. Shot is just going to go off into the left. We might be heading into overtime.
Feels like we're trending in that direction. 5 seconds left. Oh, Zella could be the hero, but they don't have enough boost. Ball's going to just touch the ground, and we are indeed headed for overtime, though it is 2v2s. The rules still apply in overtime. It is golden goal, sudden death. Next goal wins. It's a scary spot to be for both these teams, especially in a 2v2, Gem, because one bad touch and the ball can get cleared from across the field and go in your goal.
Ooh, and Voodoo trying to set it up, but is going to get stolen away there. Now Zella trying to get control of it in the midfield. It's actually going to go in for the Yellow Vipers.
Wow, does look like the Chiron there updated at the bottom of your screen very quickly. The Yellow Vipers did end up winning that series 2-0, but very aggressive play. Both had strong defense and kind of shut down the other one. And I didn't think the Yellow Vipers were going to win. That shows great tenacity, Gem, because I was like, okay, the Blue Scorpions, I think they had a 2-0 lead. They feel like they're in control. If the Blue Scorpions can work on closing games, they're going to be a tough team. But honestly, shout out to the Yellow Vipers, never giving up. They win that game. They win the series 2-0. And that's a great job because both those teams were looking for a first win. That might propel the Yellow Vipers in any remaining matches we do have.
Yeah, both teams tried to play very aggressive in that game, but both had strong defensive play and shut down each other.
Well, we'll get to our final highlight game of the night. Comes from round 4 of the group stage. We'll stick with the Yellow Vipers. Just got that win over the Blue Scorpions. Now they are taking on the Lynx. The Vipers, though, looking to bounce back, have been told the Lynx took game 1 of the series 5-0, Gem. So watch out for the Lynx, who we only saw briefly got taken down by the Barracudas, but they look very strong, at least what we've been told in this series so far.
All right, now Pulse Impact is going to try to center it up there. Ooh, unable to get the goal. And now Lynx are just going to try to recover from that.
Lynx do a great job recovering. Yellow Vipers. Pulse Impact and Sensible Towel get a great clear down. Drov in the corner. Ooh, awkward hop there off the wall, but he's just going to keep carrying it. Gets the pass over to Crazy Cat. Actually, never mind, takes it himself. Now Crazy Cat's going to come in, but an easy defense there for the Yellow Vipers in orange. And they're going to be able to clear this one away, keep it in a 0-0 game for the first 45 seconds.
Now Drov picks up the boost on the side, is going to elevate up, using it judiciously to try to maintain control there, but unable to get the goal. Crazy Cat hanging back on the field, making sure that they don't overcommit there. Is now going to stop that goal and now has it wide open for a clear. And also picks up some boost on the side.
Yeah, carries it down, centers it up for Drov, who bangs it in. Lynx with a fast turnaround. They score first here. They give themselves a 1-0 lead in Game 2 of this series, looking to close it out and end the night on a win.
Now just just a bit of a traffic jam there as Drov clears out one of the members of the Yellow Vipers, and there goes Crazy Cat there looking to get back control. Drov plays around Pulse Impact, who gets the demo, but it might still end up in a goal there. Yeah. Oh, just off to the left there.
That would have been crazy, the cross-map goal as you're getting demoed. Drov now has got to play some defense. Ooh, barely gets a bumper on that one. And now he can carry it up. Got to be careful. Potentially a demo coming out, but oh, what an insane solo play there from Drov. He gets his second, and the Lynx starting to pull away here now with a 2-0 lead.
Ball pinched off to the side there. Crazy Cat waiting to take control. Is now going to be pushing toward the goal. Drov has to watch out as Pulse Impact is going to dribble this up the field, but gets demoed by Crazy Cat, and that gives the Lynx just a little bit of breathing room to gain back control here. And here comes Pulse Impact there looking, Crazy Cat to get the goal. Who am I talking about there? Crazy Cat, skilled freestyler, shows that he can use those mechanics in-game to get a huge advantage in those 1v1 situations.
Right kickoff there for Pulse Impact. Fortunately, Drov was able to retreat, got that full boost, carried it up the field. Lynx looking very strong. So this is a team we've seen in the past in Esports Tower Rumbles, and they've been, to a couple semifinals, I think even one finals. Just haven't been able to get over that hump of winning, but they're looking pretty strong right now in 2v2s. Drov looking for one more. Wants the hat trick, not quite able to get it though. And Sensible Towel able to clear that one away, at least for now. Crazy Cat going for the center. Didn't quite get a good touch on that ball.
He's just got to wait here. As Yellow Vipers try to gain back control there. They're able to pick up the corner boost there. Drov was just kind of running circles around them. Now they get their opportunity to try to push it up the field, but they get stopped to midfield again. The side control has definitely been in the favor of the Lynx the recent time here. Now Drov there, just gonna keep trying to contest with the Vipers here. They're gonna look for another clear. Pulse Impact here up the side. It's gonna be looking to pass it over. Drov steals it away from them, and yeah, they just can't get past that midfield marker.
Yeah, this defense for the Lynx is just locked down. You can see Crazy Cat there. Don't know if he was waiting to play defense or maybe having some connection issues of his own, but Drov in a 1-on-2, playing out of his mind, getting more shots on goal than the Yellow Vipers. Now they finally look for an opportunity. Sensible Towel maybe looking for a pass over to over to his teammate Pulse Impact. Crazy Cat finally able to come back, but that was an insane 1v2 for Drov there for a good 30-45 seconds.
Drov again is just running circles around the Vipers. Both these teams looked strong as we entered into this series, but the Lynx have quickly shut down the Vipers in this game.
Like we said, the Lynx did pick up a 5-0 win in Game 1 that we did not see, so if this score holds, they would come out victorious in the series. Drov gonna add one more, adds in the sick freestyle to boot. He gets the hat trick in style, and it looks like the Lynx here are going to come out on top and really kind of maybe cement themselves. And it feels like that second tier gem with the Red Scorpions as the Barracudas kind of look unmatched in the matches we've seen.
Now looking for another clear here, but a bit of a double commit up the wall there. Now just waiting to pick up some boost in the back of the field, but right now it doesn't look like it's going to make that much of a difference. Lynx, as you can see, they're won this series 2-0 in very dominant fashion, and they are definitely going to cement themselves in a good position for the bracket.
Yeah, both these teams looking really strong coming into this game. Expected a close series is what the coaches told us, but the Lynx ended up actually dominating that one. Well, you know, Jem, we talk about it a lot all the time at the Esports Tower. Going at it alone can only get you so far, and even in 2v2s. If you want to increase your chances of success, you've got to level up your teaming skills. We saw that with the Lynx. They struggled against the Red Scorpions in round 1. Come back for a fantastic win there over the Yellow Vipers in round 4. You can see how far this team has come just overall in this rumble. This is a team that has been trying to get over that hump, trying to claim a championship. Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates. Give a shout-out to Coach Jake and all the other coaches. If you're watching, you haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs yet, you should. It is the fast track to rank up. Well, we get our final match of the night, our premier match here. And it is actually going to be the Lynx once again. But we saw them get taken out by the Red Scorpions earlier. Now, Jem, they have their toughest test yet, but if they get the win here, they're going to cement themselves as a top team. It is Barracuda's Lynx, final best of 3 of the night.
I mean, these are the top 2 premier teams that we had our eyes on at the beginning of the night tonight, and so it really just makes sense that this would be the final match.
Well, Barracudas, we've talked about it. They feel like the favorite every week, and they continue to run through this bracket. Maybe the Lynx can steal a series here, end up top of the group as well. So there's a lot on the stake here in this series. Game 1, we see a great demo there, but right now, J-Blank and Rev on the defensive end. Rev chasing him down, not quite able to stop him. Finally does get that ball cleared away.
Now Rev is going to try to center it up for J-Blank here, but Crazy Cat just doing a bit of dribbling down the field. And gets stolen away, and here comes J-Blank again, looking for the goal. Isn't going to find it quite yet.
Ooh, Rev's shot goes just wide. And this is something Rev, and when we've seen them, Rev and J-Blank do such a great job of making it feel like it's 3v3 with how many attempts they get on net. Feels like they take 2 shots, somebody grabs the rebound, and they get 3 or 4 chances as J-Blank puts it right in front of the net, but Rev keeps it alive, looking to roll it around in front of the net. Can't quite get that shot, though. J-Blank now takes one of his own, sneaks it past the top crossbar, and the Barracuda's in a familiar spot out in front.
Well, it makes sense that J-Blank would get the first goal. He has been on another level these past few weeks. Not even going to give me time to talk. Actually, it's going to be Rev who gets that one. But speaking of J-Blank, he has hit a peak rank of 1720. That's Grand Champ 3, and is currently sitting among the top players in the world.
You can't even finish your thought a second time before Rev puts another one in. Rev got maybe a
He's
little...
like, don't forget about me.
Exactly. Rev's like, hey, don't focus on my teammate J-Blank. Focus only on me. And right now the Barracudas with a fantastic lead. This J-Blank and Rev combo looking very strong right now. Lynx trying to give them all they can. It's just, oh, Crazy Cat, great steal. Barracudas, I say this every week I see them, Jem. They play with so much speed, it feels like sometimes they're just getting extra boost that nobody else can see.
Well, Rev isn't able to get that clear, though. Here comes J-Blank with the pass over to the side where Rev is waiting. Actually, J-Blank is just going to continue to dribble it up the field himself. Steals the boost away from the Lynx. And I also think Rev also stole their corner boost as well. So that's kind of a huge differential, like you were saying, Fish. It just allows the Barracudas to have this fast gameplay.
J-Blank looking for a pass over to Rev. Crazy Cat not able to bump either out of the way. Ball in front of the net, but Drav able to come in and blast it now. He's in a one-on-one with J-Blank. J-Blank misses. Great opportunity here for Crazy Cat. And don't put the Lynx out yet. Crazy Cat gets a goal and has his team back within 2 with just over 2.5 minutes on the clock.
Drav getting the better of that kickoff there. Rev, though, is all stocked up on boost. In comes Drav again. J-Blank is going to be there with the save. And now it's going to do a mid-air dribble up the field. Just gets pushed off to the side. And now Drav is going to try to get the clear here. Stopped right there by Rev. Now here comes Rev again, setting it up for J-Blank. But Drav is there with the save.
Ooh, demo does come out from Crazy Cat. Can they make a play on it? Unfortunately, I think Drov spent a little bit too much time dribbling on his own side of the field. Rev now looking for J Blank in midfield, but Crazy Cat hits that away. With J Blank will just simply keep it on that orange side. Even gonna maybe steal this away. No, never mind. Gets blasted out of nowhere, and Rev's in a 1-on-2 for a few seconds.
Now we have 2 minutes left in this match, and it is looking ever more dire for the Lynx as Rev gets his 3rd goal and his hat trick.
In a 1-on-2 as well after that big demo onto J Blank. Just impressive gameplay by both members of the Barracudas. See if the Lynx can maybe shrink this gap. Ooh, Crazy Cat, I think, wanted to bump Rev out of the way. Wasn't able to finish the job, though, so Rev gets a great clear. One more chance here, though, for Drov. Puts it in front of the net. Crazy Cat is there, but another great defensive effort by Rev. The Barracudas lead will hold it 4-1.
Now 90 seconds left in this match. Just enough time, basically, for the Lynx to... They would have to really run the gauntlet from here on out. J Blank is going to be in the corner there. The Lynx make sure that their boost isn't stolen from them, but they aren't going to have too much time to celebrate over that because the Barracudas play so fast and have so many shots on goal here. Now here comes J Blank looking to get this clear. Drov is going to stop him right there, but Rev is in good communication there, but gets demoed. Now respawns there. Another one. Another demo is going to be made there, but the Lynx don't need to see demos right now. They need goals.
Ooh, great opportunity here for Crazy Cat. Just got to angle this ball in the net. But man, Rev is insane defensively. I don't know how he got there in time. J Blake can't quite clear it away. Crazy Cat can't get a touch on it either. Hit Drov, waiting to see what their teammate wants to do. Actually gets stolen away by J Blank, so Drov has to retreat. J Blank can't quite score, does get demoed. But that burned about 20 seconds off the clock, and that feels like in game 1, the Lynx's fate might be sealed here.
Most likely. 15 seconds left. All the Barracudas really have to do is maintain control here, and we do get the confirmation. Of course, this round goes in the favor of the Barracudas, and now they find themselves at match point.
It's really overall a fantastic job by the Barracudas, kind of dominating the Lynx. And I mean, like I said, it feels like the Barracudas, Gem, have just extra boost pads lying around that nobody else has. Feels like they have an extra fuel tank in reserve. I mean, what advice can you give the Lynx to get us to a game 3 here? Because it just feels like the Barracudas, every time they look like there was a wide open net, Rev or J Blank somehow came from midfield, swooped in, made a save, and usually took a great shot on the other end.
Well, I think it really just has to be, you hinted at it, Fish, with the Barracudas, it just seems that they have more boost at their disposal. I think you really just got to step up your boost-starving game for the Barracudas. Just make sure they don't have those resources to make those great, quick, mid-air plays that we've seen them pull off tonight.
Well, can the Lynx force us to a game 3? Will the Barracudas end the night as the #1 overall seed? And really, probably the favorites, though, as Gem and I did allude to. We would love to see the Barracudas and Red Scorpions in our bracket stages. This is the final match of the night. Would love to see them go on against each other because those feel like the top 2 teams. But here's game 2 kicking off right now. J Blank nearly scores just 5 seconds in, and Rev says, well, how about 9? And the Barracudas in the lead early with a 1-0 lead.
Now we're ready for the second kickoff here. Is going to go slightly in the favor of Crazy Cat, but of course one of the members of the Barracudas was just waiting back there to pick up some boost and see how that turned out. And actually Rev is going to be left without boost here. Straw pushes it up the field, and the demo is going to go on to the Barracudas. They're opening for the Lynx, but they aren't able to get the goal.
Barracudas now playing defense for the first time this match, able to get a great stop. Rev, huge clear down. Does he have his own follow-up? No. Ooh, Drov nearly put that in his own net. But let's look at Rev. He comes flying out of nowhere, bottom of your screen, and it gets back in time. Crazy can't stop J Blank either. That ball right in front of the net, but Drov, great defensive effort, at least to get it to midfield.
Now with 1 minute passed in this round, it actually hasn't been quite a fast scoring round thus far. So here comes J Blank. Actually, Rev is going to take it up the field. Drov stops him right there. Tries to elevate up to get some sort of clear going, but isn't able to. J Blank now looking to center it up for Rev here. Drav elevates up, now leaving it for Crazy Cat to continue the play. Actually, isn't going to go around the corner there. He's just going to leave it wide open for Rev to clear it.
Rev's going to pop that one up. He's got Jay Blank waiting near midfield. Now it'll be Jay Blank who's called upon to stop Crazy Cat from getting a clear. And he gets a great touch on the Drav's clear as well. So this ball's kind of just ricocheting at that midfield stripe. Jay Blank once again. Drav, though, will stop it. Now it's up to Rev. Shot on the net from Crazy Cat. Just a little bit too slow. Drav recenters it. And Rev will take it himself. He's got a one-on-one. And he sneaks it past the goalie for a 2-0 lead.
Here goes the next kickoff, just in the favor of the Barracudas. I mean, what can you really say there? Another hat trick for Rev.
You can't say anything besides who is going to beat the Barracudas, and it feels like nobody, because Rev and Jay Blank are just playing out of this world. 3-0 lead here. Drav with a great steal, though. Rev, of course, with a fantastic save. And like I said, he just plays with so much speed. It feels like he's got an extra 100 boost just sitting in the tank, Gem, whenever he needs it, because he is everywhere on the field. And don't forget about Jay Blank. We talked about him peaking and ranking at Grand Champ 3. But as I say that, the Lynx sneak one in, and almost kind of similar to Game 1. Barracuda start out fast. Lynx hanging around just enough to give us a game.
Kickoff there doesn't really go in anyone's favor. Now here comes Rev, though, trying to get a goal there. Drav is going to disrupt that. Now Crazy Cat has to stop Jay Blank from scoring there. Now Crazy Cat has possession here, is free to dribble that up a little bit up the field. Is going to leave it to Drav, though. Now it is set up for them to possibly get another goal here, but this is really where the Lynx seem like they falter. They're all pretty good in getting clears and a little bit of side control, but the shots on goal are just so hard for them to get with the Barracudas having such great defensive play.
You're totally right. I think that the Lynx have struggled to create shots, but I think a lot of that more just leads to how fast and how strong Rev and Jay Blank are defensively. Jay Blank is at a boost, and he will kind of snipe it from his teammate Rev in the corner, and that miscommunication lets the Lynx put one in, and with a minute 47 on the clock, Gem, got ourselves a game with the Lynx only down 1. Leading the shots as well, 6-5. So great performance here by the Lynx in Game 2. But as I say that, I thought he choked it. Then he ends up saving it for a pretty spectacular goal. That was a wild few seconds for Jay Blank and the Barracudas.
Well, he was hanging back there to cheat that kickoff there. So it really kind of, you have to be extremely fast if you want to pick up a little bit of boost and be able to cheat off the kickoff there, because, again, just the different dynamics in this 2v2 situation.
See if the Lynx have the answer once again. They are starting to run out of time. Got some crazy bumper car shenanigans going on there with Jay Blank, so Rev will just say, all right, I'll take it myself. And Jay Blank provides a great distraction, and it looks like the Barracudas might start to pull away with this one in our final 75 seconds or so.
Jay Blank is just going to push that off to the corner. At least wants to keep it away from being in front of the goal. Oh, that was quite the save there from Jay Blank at just the right time, a half second later, and that would have been a goal.
I just don't know how they do it. It's absolutely wild what the Barracudas are doing. As I praise them, though, the Lynx do get a goal in. 5-3, 52 seconds, Drav with the hat trick. It feels doable to me, Gem, and I think that if you're a Lynx fan, that's all you need is just that sliver of hope. But you probably got to score, I'd say, in the next 20 to 25 seconds.
Well, we're going to find out if the Lynx can get some sort of reprisal here. But the Barracudas with possession of the soccer ball right now, all they really need to do is maintain possession and side control, and they're going to get the victory here as we have less than half a minute left.
Yeah, if you're the Lynx, you're hoping the Barracudas over-pursue. Ooh, great chance here. Drav's just got to get to this ball to re-angle it in time. Jay Blank coming back. Oh, Crazy Cat not be able to get there in time, so Rev will air dribble at the length of the field. He'll sneak it in. That will be the game. You can see down there, Barracudas take the series 2-0. Great job by the Lynx keeping it close, but once again, the Barracudas just proved to be a smidge ahead of everybody else as Rev flirt with scoring on his own goal, but not going to end up doing that. The Barracudas will win that one. Jay Blank and Rev look so coordinated together. They attack the goals consistently. They look incredibly strong moving into our bracket stage next week. Crazy Cat really let his freestyle skills show in this series, but unfortunately it was just too much for the Lynx, and the Barracudas come out on top. And of course, we talked about it all the time. Going at it alone can only get you so far. If you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. The Barracudas, we talked about it earlier on. Jem mentioned it. They're playing in twos to improve their 3v3 gameplay, and that is really how dedicated this team is. They've gotten better and better every single Rumble. Cannot wait to see. Like I said, I've heard rumors when we get back into 3v3, there might be some old favorites returning and also some new blood that'll give the Barracudas a run for money. I am super pumped for that. But I do want to give a shout out to Coach Jake. And if you're watching, haven't checked out Esports Tower Clubs yet, you should. It is the fast track to rank up. Well, that will do it for tonight's game. So let's take a look here at our standings, see how everything's sorted out, how we are going to be going into the bracket stage next week. Jim, I'd have to assume the Barracudas are going to be on top. I think the question kind of comes up of who's in second and who's in that third and fourth slot between maybe the Red Scorpions, the Yellow Vipers, and the Lynx. Those three teams kind of all felt very equal in terms of play here tonight.
Yeah, I would probably have to wager that it's Barracudas and Barracudas, Red Scorpions, and the Lynx that have the top. Actually, yeah, it looks like that. Yeah.
You can see here, it looks like the Barracudas won all three of their matches. So did the Red Scorpions. They did not play each other, so they will both be 3-0. Blue Scorpions, Yellow Vipers, and Lynx all picking up a win, in the Blue Wolves at 0-3. We see here now is how the seeding will play out. Barracudas on top, Red Scorpions in second, Lynx, Yellow Vipers, Blue Scorpions, and then Blue Wolves. I'll be honest, assuming you get normal seeding, depends on how kind of they want to seed the bracket, but if one plays 6, 2 plays 5, etc., that Red Scorpions, Blue Scorpions game is going to be very interesting because that was a close match. Even though the Red Scorpions won, I think the Blue Scorpions, you give them a week of practice, Voodoo and Zella might be able to pull the upset off next week.
They definitely, I think they were a team that definitely got two very tough matchups, and I think they have a lot of skill that remains to be shown here. So I definitely think they're kind of a sleeper team for the next week.
Well, we will wrap things up with our ICCU Player of the Game, Jem. A lot of very deserving candidates. I have one in mind, but I'll give the floor to you first. Who do you want to nominate for your ICCU?
Either player for the Red Scorpions, I think, because they were a team that, like we said, was new, but they certainly made themselves known very quickly.
Yes, I totally agree. I in particular had GA Baby. I just thought that they were, for their first Rumble, played out of their mind. But no, I think Cran was very deserving as well. Of course, I don't think you could be disappointed if it goes to either Rev or J Blank as well. But I'm going to go GA Baby as my selection, and it will be GA Baby. I mean, when you score, 5, 6 goals in a match, Jem, I mean, you pretty much almost lock yourself into ICCU Player of the Game.
Yeah, it really was insane. Almost kind of matching the Barracudas in terms of being quick around the field, I have to say.
Yeah, I am. If the bracket plays out, of course, they still got to take care of business next week, and we haven't seen the bracket. But I am super pumped if we do get a chance to see the Red Scorpions and the Barracudas, because those two teams felt like the overall best. But a huge congratulations to GA Baby in their first ever Rumble. They are the ICCU Player of the Night. Player of the Night brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who's a great player, makes the team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. GA Baby is your Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Night. An overall spectacular performance. And, of course, in 2v2s, I guess it's more appropriate to say maybe you could 1v2. We saw that happen with Rev and Drav a little bit, but Cran had some spectacular setups, so that's kind of almost a team effort there. Just whoever was in the rotation, but an insane performance from GA Baby. Well, as we prepare to wrap this up, of course, we want to remind everyone, big congratulations to all the teams in the group stage for a great showing, some entertaining games. We will be back with the conclusion of the show next Wednesday, same time, starting at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, to see who takes home this week's championship. And Jem, your final thoughts on our first look at an Esports Tower 2v2 Rumble that we'll get the conclusion of next week.
I think this week just proved that even if a team is new and it's their first time in one of the Esports Towers tournament, you cannot count anyone out because Red Scorpions, definitely a team that is one of the top tier teams and really just kind of behaved like they had always been competing for Esports Tower. So never count anyone out because they're new, I think, is the main takeaway of tonight.
No, I totally agree, and I'm sure all the Barracudas fans will remind you when everything changes, nothing changes, because it's a new format. It's a new fall season here for the Rumble. Nothing changed. It's the Barracudas as the #1 overall seed going into next week, but I cannot wait. Barracudas, Red Scorpions, I am pumped for, but I think there are some teams, you give them a week. We talked about the Yellow Vipers. They didn't even get a practice. Give them a week of practice. Who knows what's going to happen? I cannot wait. Next Wednesday, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, we'll wrap all this up, but we're going to close out here with the top 5 plays presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your groove choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out on Twitch at iGuard Gaming, and here are your top 5 plays from week 1 of the Fall Esports Tower Rocket League Rumble. Yeah, it gets demoed, and luckily Drow was able to catch up in time, but nearly the Lynx put one in here. We'll see if they can do it again. Once again, a great setup. Drow trying to look for a goal. Is not able to find the back of the net. Now he's got to play defense. Cran racing through, centered it up to Cran, and he blasted home with 12 seconds. Even Blue Scorpions got to make sure they don't go too aggressive right now and give up a goal.
Well, Rev is going to elevate it up, try to set it up. He actually demos one of the Blue Scorpions, but can't set the ball up. Actually, here comes J-Blank with the follow-up just off to the right post. Rev follows up and in the corner. And the Barracudas have really been focusing on... Oh, and look at this shot on goal here for the Barracudas, just shy of the goal. Wow, they got to be wondering how that didn't score for them.
Voodoo with the spectacular defense. Going to be called on here once again. Rev get tricky with it, sets it up for J-Blank. Not much Voodoo could do. Miracle happen, no. But a great job there by Voodoo. Zella looking maybe make a crazy play here. Under 10 seconds. If Voodoo can get to this ball, oh, they would have had a chance on a kickoff. It looks like Rev and J-Blank might even add one more to their total. Who's going to get the hat trick? It'll be Rev. We see there.
Disruption there. That's going to allow the Barracudas here to get a bit of time. Plays it right past Voodoo. Zella has to stop that clear now. Elevates up to push it toward the crossbar, but it's not going to find a goal. Now J-Blank and Rev are going to be heading up the field there, and just a nice little flick over the rest of the team. That's the 4th goal.